Right, we're going to get underway because this is going to be an interesting conversation. We're here. We announced earlier today just a wonderful fight on the Dazn platform, April 17th, MGM National Harbour, Regis Prograis against Maurice Hooker. For me, this seemed like an obvious fight, but actually it was a fight that I never expected to happen. Regis Prograis coming off Fight of the Year contender for the unified WBA, IBF Super Lightweight Championship. Of course, Maurice Hooker with the win recently, but also in a brilliant fight with Jose Ramirez, which was another unification fight. This is everything that's right about boxing. This is everything that says two guys that want to get back to the top, two guys that now become in the most relevant fight in the division. Two guys that say, you know what, I'll win this fight, I'll take it. Two teams that say, we win this fight, we take it. And it's so refreshing to make a fight like this that actually the fans say, that's great. A loss does not define your career. And I think here we have an opportunity for two guys to get straight back to the top. And it's funny that, you know, after suffering defeats in unification bouts, let's remember that, this fight becomes the hottest fight in the division. We know that the winner of this fight also has one eye on the fight tomorrow night, Saturday night, Mikey Garcia. It's the fight these guys want. Devin Haney will be in town. Tomorrow is going to be moving to 140 very soon. There's massive, massive fights out there for both guys. So I'm going to start with Regis Prograis. Regis, welcome. You didn't want any tune-up fights after the Josh Taylor fight. You wanted straight back in.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go straight back in. For me, that's what boxing is about. You know, it's about the best fighting the best. A lot of people, they look at a loss and they kind of write you off and stuff like that. Or they want to get tune-up fights and stuff. For me, I don't want it. I don't want no tune-up fights. I want all, like, the hardest fights possible. Or the biggest fights, the hardest fights possible. Maurice Hooker is a former world champion. I'm a former world champion. So, like, for my last, 2 years or something like that, I've been fighting world champion, former world champion, or undefeated fighters. And it's like, it's no different right now. I want the same thing. And that's why, you know, the idea came. I went to the press conference for, you know, Mikey and Jesse Vargas when they first announced, and I told Eddie, you know, like, I want the winner. He said, what about Maurice Hooker? I was like, shit, let's do it. And that's why it's made right now.
Obviously, you suffered that defeat in London. It was an absolute pleasure to promote that fight, one of the best fights I've seen live. How determined are you to come back from that defeat? How much did that defeat hurt? Fight that was very, very close, could have gone either way. Probably in your hometown or your country, you would have got that victory. But how much has that ignited the fire inside you to get back to the top and win world championship belts?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything for me right now. For me, like, this is a make or break type of fight, you know. Like, after that, you know, I felt like I was the best in the world at one fight. I still feel like that, but now this is like a fight that's really gonna prove it, you know. That's why I say I don't want no tune-up fights. I don't want no easy fights and stuff like that, because if I go fight an easy fight that I'm supposed to win, of course people gonna, you know, if I'm supposed to beat somebody, then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's supposed to do that. But this is a fight that, you know, like, if people say it's a pick 'em fight, you know, and I win this and win in dominant fashion, then I'll be right back at the top. So that's what I want, to be, you know, at the top.
One thing that's surprised me is the confidence of both teams. Obviously, they always back their man, but you overheard Bomac talking in the media roundtable earlier that this is a one-sided fight. Mm-hmm. Lou DiBella's told me multiple times, and so has Sam, that 100% you knocked Maurice Hooker out on April the 17th. Mm-hmm. What kind of fight do you see this as? I mean, you don't see it as one-sided? Do you believe that this is a beatdown by Regis Prograis, or do you expect a war in Maryland on April 17th?
I don't know, man. You know, I definitely think I'm gonna win. I never think I'm gonna lose a fight, of course. You know, but I don't see how they think it's a one-sided. But of course, I know Bomac like to talk shit. That's how he is. That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it's supposed to be. You know, and usually I talk shit, but I'm a little tired right now, so I don't even feel like going in there with them right now. But you know, eventually I'll get back up. But I think it's gonna be a great fight, and you know, I just can't wait.
Do you believe you win this fight by knockout?
I mean, I don't see how he can. If he got stopped by Jose Ramirez, I hit way harder than Jose Ramirez, and he knows that. People know that. You know, I'm probably the hardest puncher in the division right now. So, you know, we'll see. But if not, then, you know, if I go to decision and beat him on points, that's cool too. It don't matter.
Maurice Hooker, see you smiling there. See you smiling. This is a fight you can really get your teeth into. I know you and the team really excited about this fight.
Oh yeah, man, it's a good fight. Like he said, he's a former world champion. I'm a former world champion. He's one of the best at 140 right now, even he don't have a title. But, I want to go out there and show the world that I'm the best in 140, That fight with Jose Ramirez, he gave me with a good shot. I lost, but I just want to focus, and I just wanted to fight. But this time right here, this fight right here, we're going to see. You're going to see a different Maurice Hooker. Tried to show the world in my last fight, but it ended in the first round. But I want to show them the new Maurice Hooker, the style that my new team, we've been working on, But it's a good fight, People don't want to miss this fight because I'm coming. And I know he's coming, but I'm going to win.
Two aggressive guys, two punchers, of course.
Right.
They fancy they win this fight by knockout. I know your new man to the left thinks this is an easy night's work for Maurice Hooker. Are you expecting that, or do you expect the knockout on April 17, or are you expecting a tough, long battle?
I don't want to say a tough, long battle. I'm going to go in there and do my thing, listen to the game plan of my coach, take it round by round. And I will come out on top, If the knockout there, I'm going to go for it. If it's not, I'm going to cruise to the victory.
You've seen the response from this fight. We know multiple networks were trying to land this fight. It lands on Dazn, of course. Do you feel that, although no fault of their own, with Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, all of a sudden this fight becomes really the fight for the 140-pound division?
To me, I feel like this fight way bigger than Jose and Josh Taylor fight, or whoever they fight. I mean, we both are very excited fighters. We both come to fight. We both gonna meet each other in the middle of the ring and do what we have to do to come out with the victory. And Josh Taylor and them and Jose, they got mandatories after mandatories, and a lot of fights, like you said, people don't want to see. They don't want to see fights like this. The fights get made. Fights with two top guys fight each other.
Appreciate that, Mo. Regis, if you could pass the microphone to Lou DiBella. Lou, Bomac says you just can't win against him. I know you really fancy this fight. You wanted to land Regis a big fight. You've done it, and you believe he wins this fight in style on April 17th.
Well, first of all, since I promoted him right from the beginning, it was never like, he never was picky about who he fought. It was always like, tell me who I'm fighting and how much. And then with Churchill, Sam and Pete, Regis, they've never, they went into the World Boxing Super Series because it forced the hand of the guys that had the belts. And it gave him the opportunity to fight a bunch of big fights. That's why he wanted to go in there. And as soon as the tournament ended, he was hungry. He was back in the gym within days. It was crazy. And the people around him were like, make the biggest fight you can make. And I got to say, credit to this guy and Bomac and the people now working with him. I called Dino, and within 4 hours, he came back and said, Maurice likes to fight, Bomac likes to fight, let's get this done. And we were able to get it done. Thank you. And thank Dazn. And this is what it's all about. And you know what? Forget about a belt not being at the line. These are the two best guys at 140 available to fight one another. Jose Ramirez got a mandatory. He's going to be a big favorite. Josh Taylor announced his fight today. I don't see how the other guy has any chance at all. Those really are going to be sort of like dancing with the stars as opposed to fights. This is a fight. And this is a fight they both need to win. They're both coming off an L. Neither one of these guys is used to losing. And to get in there and lay it all on the line against another guy that they know is at the top of the division, it's what boxing's supposed to be all about. And frankly, at the catch weight, because it's going to be at 143, Regis, we would have fought it at 140 for an elimination, but it's going to be at 143. That's fine. The attitude on this side of the table was what I was told: go make it at the weight you have to make it at, because we're going to win the fight.
Do you think these guys, now having won world championships, just want to have those big fights? Possibility, of course, for the winner of this fight to even move to 47 as well. Mikey Garcia, Devin Haney at 140, whatever. But do you think now, with everything they've achieved, it's just about the biggest fights out there?
Look, everyone knows titles still matter. He wants belts, titles still matter. But at the same time, there are 17 motherfuckers walking around in weight classes saying that they're a world champion. And right now, what you got in this fight is you got two known commodities, two known names, two big names in boxing that are perceived to be in the top 4 of their weight class. Because these guys, right, if you want to give the benefit of the doubt to Ramirez and Taylor that they have the belts, they're 1 and 2. Well, you got 3 and 4 over here. And 3 and 4 are going to fight each other, not somebody with a name that I never heard of and can't write or pronounce that doesn't really deserve the right to be in the ring with a champion. These guys are both champions. They're getting in the ring. And it's a huge, huge move for the winner because he's right back on top. but it's a big fucking step back for the loser. So these guys are putting everything on the line, and that's why I got so much respect for the guy over there, because I know Mo Hooker is a terrific fighter and a terrific competitor. I promoted a number of his fights early in his career. He's a good dude, too. This guy right here would fight King fucking Kong if you told him where and gave him the right number. And that's what this is all about, man. We're like, it's giving the fans what they deserve to see. The best fighting the best.
Just obviously, we are pre-Watershed. I'd like to take this opportunity for our younger fans watching this stream live on Dazn to apologise for the language from Mr. DiBella there. He's very excited. And Sam, we know you are Regis's biggest fan, officially. And pleased to land this fight, what you feel is the perfect fight and the perfect time for Regis Prograis.
Thanks, Eddie. I mean, look, there's no doubt and there's no secret. I wanted this fight for Regis as soon as some of the names in the division started clearing up, or the names started, mandatory started being obvious, and all the names are being fought against each other. So I think Maurice is a name that I truly believe is a great fight for Regis, and super confident we'll win it. And as I told Womack 2 days ago, we're going to get it done. He texted me to sign the contract signed. Good luck.
Fully believe your man got the beating of Maurice Hooker on April 17th.
You'll see. I think it's a much easier fight than most people believe it'll be.
I'm going to start with Dino Duva. Dino, Rock Nation, pleasure to be working with you again on Maurice. Again, we had that, what you may call, he made it look easy on December the 20th in Phoenix. Now this is it, rolling the dice again. We had the massive fight with Ramirez. You rolled the dice there, and straight back, rolling it again. You've got to give Maurice a lot of credit for taking this fight.
Yeah, I mean, look, as everybody has said, Eddie, Lou, this is what boxing's about. These two guys legitimately are champion-level fighters. They're champions. With all due respect to Ramirez and Taylor, they're recognized as the champions, and they're great fighters. But keep in mind, both of these guys are coming off fights with those two champions that legitimately could have gone either way. Even though Maurice got stopped against Ramirez, it was a back-and-forth war. Ramirez got the better of him that night, and someday Maurice is going to revenge that. Regis, his fight against Taylor could have gone either way. The 140-pound division is really a unique division where you have 4 fighters who I believe can be interchangeable. And that's what makes it so exciting to see these two guys who aren't the champions, they just lost their titles, fighting each other, and they really need to be commended. Eddie, wonderful job putting this fight together. Thanks to Dazn for putting this together. And you know what? People also have to start recognizing the fights and quality of shows that Matchroom and Dazn are putting on. And one big thing, they've never asked for an extra $1 than the monthly subscription. You see this pay-per-view fight from the other night, which was a great fight going in, all respect to that. But the pay-per-view numbers, realistically, were disappointing. And it's going to change the scope of the business a lot. But Dazn has been consistent, monthly subscription, best fights, best events. They need to start getting commended by everybody and for what they're doing. This is a great match. The winner's going to be in a great spot with the championships going forward, and I'm really looking forward to this fight on April 17th.
Thank you, Dino. Bomac, we're going to leave the last words with you, of course. Something I said to you earlier, I said with the media, I said, one thing we know is this fight is not going to be one-sided. You stopped me straight away. You said, this fight is one-sided. What do you see there? What gives you the belief? And what happens on April 17th?
See, when I say that as a trainer, because you gotta, as all great trainers, you gotta understand the style of fighting that you're fighting, and I understand his style to the T. So I know what Maurice can do, and I know what he can do, and I know what Maurice can do better than what he can do. So that's why I say it's gonna be a tough fight. He's Creole. He's from Louisiana. He's tough. His bloodline is tough. He's a tough kid. He's only tough for so long, though. It's going to be one-sided after a couple rounds.
Yeah, you said you see the dog in Maurice. You see it different man in him since he's joined up with the camp, the hunger. Does he just dominate this fight? Does he stop Regis Prograis on April 17th?
Like I say, it's going to be a one-sided fight. We're not never going there looking for the stoppage. We just go in there looking for the win. If a stoppage come, you better believe we're going to be in shape to stop you.
And finally, your adversary, Lou DiBella, just no chance in getting one up on you in this fight on April 17th?
I don't think that's going to happen. Not that night.
After I'm hanging a banner after I win this
Whatever. Whatever. But hey, I take my hat off to that team over there. Sam, Lou, Regis, you. I take your hat off to us. It's hard to come up against a good team. You're not only fighting him, you fight the city, his peoples, my peoples, Rock Nation. You fighting everybody. And we know that. We know we fighting everybody on that side. But I think we got more dog in us than they do.
Thank you, Bomac.
My dog's over there? My dog's over there?
There's only
It's
one
my
guy
dog's
fighting.
over there. There we go.
There's only one guy fighting, though. That's them two in the ring.
Bomac, Lou DiBella, Sam, Dino, but of course, more importantly, Maurice and Regis, thank you. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for giving us this great fight, April 17, live on Dazn. We're going to have a head-to-head up here, and then both teams available for the media as well. Thanks for coming. Look forward to a great show this weekend and a great card April 17. Thank you.